Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Violet Sky role-playing game. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this Post-Apocaweird RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about gifts and other character details. The Autonomous are a bunch of weird human adventurers, and gifts can represent that weirdness. As you can see, you have these cat illustrations to express these gifts, and I think it adds a certain Fallout quality to the document, and that's great. During character creation, each player may choose one gift for their Autonomous. Each gift grants some bonuses or special abilities, but also some penalties. If a gift increases an attribute, it can increase above 14 during this step of character creation. If you are unsure which gift to pick, or simply don't like the gifts presented in this book, and you do not wish to have any penalties, just pick the Street Cat gift, which has no penalties and no bonuses. Let's talk about some of these gifts. You have Compact. You were born really small. People made fun of you, not realizing that it's easier this way to punch them in the crotch. When it comes to advantages or bonuses, you can fit through and into tight spaces. You get a bonus to sneaking checks, but you receive penalties to might and intimidation checks. You also have Neckbeard. Sure, there is an apocalyptic world out there, but you have more important stuff to worry about. Bazillion of books, comics, and movies are waiting for you to be consumed. You get a bonus when trying to identify weird and unusual stuff. You also get a bonus to logic, but you receive a penalty to aura and sport-related checks such as running, climbing, lifting, jumping, etc. You have plus size. You are a giant since birth. Sadly, you always have problems buying new clothes. In this case, your advantages have to do with melee weapons, that is, using them with the crushing tag, and intimidation checks. But you get a penalty to sneaking and pickpocketing checks, and you need to spend an extra 20 geld to resize armor you want to use. There is also Shaky. You are constantly nervous and anxious. Alcohol and smokes seem to calm you down, but they are not always available around. As an advantage, you start to panic whenever combat begins, and you can do an extra quick action in your first turn. But your stress increases by 1 after you rest, if you didn't smoke or drink anything before that rest. There are many other gifts with mechanical advantages and disadvantages that will also add a lot of flavor to your character. Now let's talk about other character details. After choosing your attributes, vocation, and gift, all what is left is to fill out any remaining gaps on the character sheet. Power level tells you how strong a character is. All new characters start at power level 1. Stamina determines how much punishment your character can take. The more stamina, the more damage your character can take before receiving an injury. Your stamina is equal to your might attribute. A lot of tricks and some gifts also influence stamina. Stress determines how nervous and mentally damaged the character is. It starts at 5, because everyone is a bit stressed today. When it comes to defense, it determines how resistant to physical damage the character is. It is mostly affected by armor you have equipped. Some cybernetics and tricks may also increase defense. Defense works similar to stamina. It soaks up damage. However, if you have any defense points and you receive damage, that damage is always dealt first to your defense. If you run out of defense, the remaining damage is dealt to your stamina. Movement speed is used to determine how far, in meters, you can go with one movement action during combat. A character's movement speed is 2 meters for each 2 speed points they have. When it comes to maximum weight, you can carry a number of items equal to 12 slots. Some items are considered small, and 3 such items may be placed in a single slot. This is explained in detail in the warehouse chapter. Items like backpacks and some tricks may increase your item limit. The armor and weapons you wield do not take up any space in your inventory. Note down all items you wear on your character sheet. Next, you determine your name. Names in this setting are pretty short and cool. If they are long names, they are usually nicknames such as Deathlord Stevens or Benny Big Dick. Then you choose a single implant for your character. Almost everyone in Violet Sky has some kind of body modification. Describe what simple implant your Autonomous has. It can be a fake nose, replaced fingers, a glass eye. These implants have no effect on the rules. They are only for show. Powerful special implants are described later in the book, but you need to purchase those, of course. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about how to play Violet Sky. So the character details are pretty clear and self-explanatory, but when it comes to the gifts, it really adds to the character customization. You can choose the street cat gift if you don't want gifts at all, but I think it's better to choose one of the other gifts. It's going to add to the background of your character, to the personal history of the sort of persona that you are playing in this setting. It will also introduce some tactical nuances based on the advantages and disadvantages of each of these gifts. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.